what I do.
Do you think that the American dream is dead, and if so, when did it die?
Oh man, the American dream is was fictitious, to say the least. You see what I mean? It was a dream fed to white people. You know what I mean? To make them feel better. You see what I mean? But the truth is, America is a machine. It's about exploitation. It's about making money with the rich on top and the poor on bottom. It really doesn't matter what color you are. You see what I mean? They fool poor white people into believing you too can have a white picket fence, a 2-story house, a cat and 2 cats and a dog. If you just work hard. But the truth is, no matter how all you do in the United States, and I kind of wanted to hit on this a little later earlier. The whole thing about working hard in the United States, you accumulate debt. The American dream is about debt. You want the house, you got to pay for it, take a loan out. You want a car, you got to pay for it, you got to take a loan out. Food, utilities, they'll find a way to tax you even after you die. Your children barely get anything because you got to pay, death taxes. So, for some people, the American dream is a reality, but that's a small percentage. The truth is most people will never get to the point where they can calmly settle down and enjoy the fruits of their labor. You're going to have to grind, you retire or you expire. You see what I mean? So, so in that particular regard, going to other countries and living in a culture where you can kind of have some peace. You may not have the amenities and the luxuries of the first world, but at least you have peace of mind and you're not working yourself to death. Okay. So yeah, the American dream, to me, it was never real. You see, America is a place where you come, you make as much money as you can, and hopefully you're able to save and invest and live off the interest and have a decent existence thereafter. That's my opinion. Might be a bit biased, but that's what I've seen.
Okay, and so that being said, as far as the cost of living with housing, healthcare, education, do you think that also plays a major decision on why a lot more Americans are deciding to leave?
Oh yeah. Oh heck yeah. Plus safety. America. I tell people. Go ahead, brother. I didn't mean to cut you
But
off.
on top of that, let me add this before you touch on the safety thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that those Americans in the first place are financially literate enough to understand that relocating can be cheaper than staying?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just a matter of you're doing your own investigation, But yeah, here's the thing: there's some good and bad living overseas, But it's an option if you have the money. I would never break all my ties with the United States. There are privileges associated with being a Roman, if you will. There are privileges associated with living in Rome, but that doesn't mean you have to live in the eye of the storm, if you will. So, yeah, man, I want to see. You should definitely explore your options, and it's definitely less expensive overseas, largely. In some places, but then of course some places I'm sure like Monaco is far more expensive, and then you have countries that you would think would be third world countries like Jamaica, which are tremendously expensive. You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man.
Okay. Let me read a couple of these super chats. So Zoo Kuiper says, I believe Africans sold other Africans out, and it was a pecking order because not all tribes were selected and taken away. Of course, my logical assumption is that the weaker tribes were taken the same way how when the Ottomans invaded Christian states in Eastern Europe, obviously it wasn't the Ottomans that got sold out. It was, but that's I think we don't need to elaborate on that one too much. Timo says just a load of excuses. You're so scary. You want to go after your masters. You would run to your own slave masters to assist in suing Africa, clown.
Well, hold on a minute. Let me address that. First of all, understand the foundational Black Americans owned slaves. Let me run that back to you. In the city in Charleston, South Carolina. In Charleston, South Carolina, 40% of the slave owners were Black. So when we start talking about reparation, it gets really messy. Many of the people who participated in the slave trade, a lot of the guys who were on the ships, a lot of the people who were invested, they were also what we would consider black. You see? So when they start saying who's one of the meanest slave owners in America was a black man in South Carolina. So I need you all to understand a lot of these people do not have a full concept of the mean, nasty harshness of slavery. Everybody participated in it. Slavery was an economic system. There were slaves who got out of slavery and turned right back around and bought slaves themselves. There were black Africans who were captured, sold into slavery, managed to get themselves out of slavery, and then became slavers themselves.
That's what they did in Liberia.
Yeah, and so the ignorance that we have to deal with. And the problem is that folk don't want to look at this objectively. Their emotions are involved in it. They romanticize Africa. They think there's some fairy tale land over there that they're going to go and they're going to have Wakanda forever. Nigerians, and brother, I think you pointed out, Ghana, they're still pooping in the ground over there. You see what I'm saying? It's still going to be work no matter where you go. And see, I'm not one of these people who live in a fictitious world. The world I live in is mean, it's nasty, it's harsh, it's brutal, and it is what it is. And so I'm not gonna play these games with these folk, man. You know, and I you know, they say, you know, I used to be, you know, and I was young, you know, I used to romanticize, oh yeah, I'm gonna save the world with the law. But you become jaded when you see enough people go to jail and, you know, clients dying on you and people going to the penitentiary for 100 years, and you just start getting, I have less time to deal with the foolishness. You see what I'm saying? And so let's cut to the chase. Do my people want money or not? Do you want your bag? Do you want your reparations money or not? Well, let's sue somebody and get that money. I mean, there's really no more real way I can say because see, the Pan-Africans have had this reparation movement for 55 or 60 years, and they've done nothing. The reason people are so angry with me and what I'm saying is because it's the first time they've heard. It's the first time anybody has had the courage and the gumption to literally put it together and push the issue. And, you know, they don't like it, but I don't care. You see, because at the end of the day, I'm on the side of black Americans. That's the only side that I'm on. I got one side. You see, my loyalties are not jaded. They're not split. I'm on the side of black Americans. And if you don't like my side and you don't like me trying to do the best I can for my people, that's your problem, not mine. You see, and that's where I'm at, brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a couple of these questions that I had next, you already answered so far. Do you think that black Americans can escape their generational trauma by living abroad, and especially a place like Africa? Or do you think we're just going to carry that regardless? And I can tell you, for example, whenever I was in places like Pattaya, Thailand, we have some issues that we definitely carried over there. I have no clue why they over there fighting over prostitutes and all kind of stuff. I don't know, but it seems like we are carrying some stuff. But what is your opinion?
If you don't mind me using the expletive, because niggas don't like each other. That's why. And I hate to say that. And there was a brother, his name was Neely Fuller. He passed away a few years back. And he said that it's best for black people not to, and he and Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, they oftentimes, I believe, worked together and spoke and whatnot. The brother was a Korean War veteran, and he came up with, he helped Dr. Francis Cress Welsing come up with the color conflict. And he basically said, you know, black people don't get along. He said that the best thing to do is, unless it's absolutely something positive, you don't need to be around. So here you got brothers out in Pattaya, and they fighting over, they down there fighting over working girls, bro. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh man, look, bro. Look, let me tell you something, man. The 304s are for everybody. You can't. That's like an easement. That's like a sidewalk. Everybody gets to walk on that, brother. Don't do that. That's terrible. It's got to be. I refuse to accept the fact that they're over there fighting over work. I reject that, Austin. I refuse to accept the fact that the brothers are over there fighting over something that they can purchase for a small fee. I refuse. I'm not going to address that. But go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
So Pauline says your stereotype against Africans is exactly the same as white supremacists against the people of color.
Well, when you say my stereotype against Africans, do you mean I'm stereotyping them when I say they sold Africans into slavery? Or are you saying I'm stereotyping them because Africans have leadership that take money from the poor and they take the money and send it up to Europe and they educate themselves in Europe and they buy European cars and they get European enclaves? Is that a stereotype or is that factually something that we can prove? What's up? Welcome to the broadcast. This is Uncle D. People wash their ass in the tub, Kamala Harris.
You were tuned in to Uncle D. This black man talk, pull up homie, take a seat. Don't be a shadow watcher every day. You learn something and you earn something. Let them know and drop some money in the plate. It's getting cold, ladies, talking ratchet. There's a king here, grab your coat, zip your jacket. Keep quiet for a second, close your jaw. Attorney Spurling, this ain't pearly, know the law. Talking Constitution, pushing pins when he shooting, give him that. Masculinity, just for the record, sprinkle that. You can keep your cat, gotta cut it. Only cat he rubbing, gotta love it. I call it Molly Buddy. Gotta vote your interest, voting earns. Presidential, this is for the money that I earn. When you gon' learn, my people, that evil mixed with evil. No matter what you're doing, baby, this ain't equal. Sometimes when you're special, you get hated. The test is for the best, you're damn right, my people made it. Uncle D, Blizzard King, you been served, gotta notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now.
Hey man, I'll do what I do.
Somebody need to whip your ass.
Get up and whip him, Sweets.
Hey, don't be putting the money in my hand all rough.
Take your ass out here. You buy you a Floby and cut your own damn hair from now.
DennisSpurling podcast, click your mouse pad. Yeah, we out back. Hit the like, hit subscribe. Don't just hate watch 'cause we outside. Let them hate watch, go and play pop.